What have we got here now? Let's have a look. Right. Sockets power. Power comes up into a Wago. Into the switch. Comes out with a switch and feeds all the positives to the sockets. And the negative is into a Wago, and that feeds into a negative block, and all the negatives are together into the negative back down there. Right, spots power. So the power comes up for the lights, and they just go into Wagos, into the light fitting, in, out, and then this cable is going into the ceiling to actually feed the lights. Spot ceiling that actually goes away and goes up into the ceiling. So the power, there's two for the lights: a spots in, spots power, and spots ceiling. Power comes in, ceiling goes away to the lights. And then the other one over here is the fridge. Fridge is coming up in 2.5. Connects into a Wago, red and black. The red one's going to a switch. Into the switch. Out of the switch, into the power cigarette socket in the fridge compartment underneath. And then the negative, again black, into the negative and back down the cable to the fuse board down there. So this now is all done finally, and that is going to go back. Right. Right, electrics now. Electrics. I got this thing sort of finished yesterday, more or less. Got a hole in there now, so that slides out. So I'm turning my attention onto this now, electric corner. So I'm trying to get my head around all this. My first step is just to make some ply boxing in around here, so I've got the surface to screw things to. So I'm just trying to make a box now. Yeah, that's gonna sit against there. So I'll just get this in. So I'm going to end up with a ply box in there, and then I can start sorting this jungle of wires out. Yeah, it's going good. I've made a backing board there, lined it with carpet, just so when you look from the other side it looks tidy. I've given them a couple of coats of white on the inside as well, just to tidy them up. So I'm just having a little mock run now and seeing how it all comes together. Right, so that's what I'm going for, really. That's vents for the solar charge controller. Solar cables coming through there. And I think they're gonna go bottom there, hopefully. Right, so the red and blue solar is going to come in through the top. The negative is going to go to 7 and it comes out of the 8. The 7 and the 8 are linked. 8, that comes into the negative solar slot. Up here the red one comes in, number 5, positive. Number 6 is linked to that, so the red one is on 6. Red one comes out, red one goes to positive solar panel. Okay, right, I've just added this on as well. Bluetooth kit, I've just put a little notch in there, and all that cable should just disappear behind in the little gap down there. So there's the Bluetooth module, and this is the sensor. That's going to go in the battery, so I'm plugging them in now because I think it's easier while it's like this. The last thing is the solar from above. It says do that last. So I'm in there, got that on, so that's ready to sit in now, I think. So yeah, where are we up to? We've got the cables there from the solar panels, they're going last, so they're ready to pop into there. Negative and positive there underneath, they're already plumbed in, coming down into the inputs, and I've just been getting the outputs sorted, so the battery outputs are now coming out down, and I've made a little notch in the back panel here because I think it was neater to have it running through the back than to bang them on here somewhere. So I've got a blue and a red going out of there into the back section, and then I've also put a notch in there, look, and the negative comes through here, and I'm just getting the positive. I'm just trying to get the positive one in position now. That's going to go onto that fuse block which goes on there. Positive comes into the fuse block, and I just need to measure a piece now for here to latch onto that. So that's where I'm up to. I'll come back when we're done. Right, what we're doing. So I've finished that now. The fuse is in. The positive's coming through, positive into there. So I've just tightened these up, and this has popped on. So this is lit up now. So I've done what it said. Do the battery first, and the solar is last. So the battery's hooked up first. Right, I'll see what this does then. And so now I'm going to put the solar cables from above in. The switch is in the off position, so it's not linked up until I turn it. Yeah, 7 is linked to 8, and that's my negative one. That's right. It's gonna go in there. Alright, I've got it. I've got it. Right, there's one. Let's get the positive one in. Yep. Oh, right, that was awkward. Whew. Right. Right, if I turn this on, that should link the solar panels in. So oop. Oh, look at that, the bloody line going through it now. Got the sun on the left. The line's coming through. Fantastic. It says MPPT. Sealed battery at the bottom. Oh, fantastic. Alright, I'll give you an update. I've got all the cables now coming through, all these black cables, which are all the appliances, if you like. They're all coming through there. I've decided to put this piece of trunking on. And it should be really neat. So all these black cables are going to be cut to lengthen the trunking. And I've just done the first one there, the spotlights, red and neutral. So I'm going to carry on doing these. And we're nearly finished. So that was a bit of a fiddle. That's what we've ended up with. Right, I've just got the electrics hooked up. What we got then? Let's have a little run through. Oh, I've been knelt down here for days. So we've got the red cable from the starter battery in the bonnet. What goes under the carpet and comes out here. I've got that going into a kill switch. Into the relay. So I can turn that off. If I'm driving and I know the battery's full, I can turn the engine on, but I can have this off if I want to, if I don't want this to come through. Comes through, fuse into the battery. Pretty simple, but getting everything lined up, got it so fiddly. And then over here, charging system number 2, solar. So the solar comes down the wall and it feeds into the back of this box. It goes into the switch and then it comes out of the switch into the inputs, and then battery positive and negative comes out and they're going under there. And everything's kind of tucked in at the back. You probably can't see very well, but that's ended up being sort of a little cable tidy area to keep things out of the way. I've put things in plastic trunking, try and protect them, and they pop up up here. So the negative's going negative of the battery, and the positive one's coming up into the fuse that was in the Renogy kit, 20 amp fuse, into the battery there. So that's working very nicely. So this gives you the ability to turn the solar on and off. You can isolate it coming in. You can stop it if you want to, which is really good. So that's working a treat. When I turn that off, it recognises it straight away. It stops. When I turn it on, it recognises it and it tells me there's 20 volts coming in or something from the solar. So that switch is working a treat. And then we've got the fuse board side of things. Again, cable, red cable, 16mm. Kept it all 16. It was what come with the charge relay kit actually. I had a bit left, so I've kept it all 16 to the fuse box. Comes out 50 amp fuse. I was going to get one of those circuit breakers, what you click, but there's mixed reviews on them. Some people don't think they're a good idea, so I've gone for this approach, the fuse and switch technique. Into the fuse, through another kill switch, same as that one. Into the switch, so I can kill the power if I want to, and then it comes out the switch and into the fuse board there. And then I've done quite a neat little job with all the cables that are coming through the bottom from wherever they're coming from in the vans. A lot of them are coming from the left hand side near the sliding doors, so they're coming along the back there, and there's a couple coming from the right side. And yeah, I've got them coming in at the bottom, at the back, and they hide away quite nicely in there. So that was very fiddly. Let me tell you, that was very fiddly getting that lined up. So all the positives go to the positive. So I think that's worked out pretty good. So yeah, there we go. Right, lights test. Yes. Stage 1. Good. All the sockets come on now. So I can charge phones up or anything like that. They'll work a treat. I've got a 12 volt one there. They're all off that switch, so I can kill them if I want to. There's a little switch around here. That one does the fridge. That gives that one. Here. Right, plug the fridge in under there. Shit. Get in there. There it is. Shut myself then. Right, that's working. Yeah, it's good. And this is all working now finally. Finished product. Cigarette lighter for the TV. Into that one. and a couple of USBs, Fire Stick, Netgear air card, all on a switch. Good job.